Hi, I'm Cameron Bonzi. I'm the Director of Marketing for Coast of Maine Organic Products. I'm here today with Felicia Newman, who's our Quality Control Manager, and today we're going to talk to you about our Stonington Blend Platinum Growers Mix. Now, this is your baby. You designed this, and we decided to specifically go with the soil to grow cannabis. A lot of things happening with cannabis in the world. It's legal in different ways. There, in the state of Maine, you have caregivers and you have dispensaries, but there was a need for this. And tell me a little bit about what your research was and how you got to this mix.
So we had a lot of people that were growing cannabis that were buying our Quality Lobster compost, the green bag.
Sure.
They were buying peat, and they were mixing their own mixes and adding their own fertilizer to that.
Sure.
It was a substantial volume. So we decided that we needed to cater to that market share, I guess. And so I was tasked with coming up with a recipe that would support a plant and be something of a super soil, which is a coined term right now, but pretty hot topic. So we have a full spectrum fertilizer mix in Stonington Blend. There's a lot of different ingredients. That's absolutely intentional. The base is actually lobster compost. So we have a good charge of lobster compost in there. We have cocoa, peat, perlite. So all of those ingredients are giving us our soil structure. Cannabis is a plant that likes dry feet, not to be confused with your shoes, but actually that means drier roots. They don't like to sit in water. So you have to be careful when you design a soil for that.
So that it doesn't hold too much moisture.
Exactly. So the fertilizer component of that is intended, it's all ratioed to how much volume you use for a plant, volume of soil. So if you are using a 15-gallon pot, which is a pretty big pot.
Really big pot.
That is what this is intended to carry a plant through its growth cycle.
Beginning to end.
Yes, in a 15-gallon pot. Right. Now, that doesn't mean you have to use a 15-gallon pot.
Sure.
But the reason I did that in particular is because I can add enough nitrogen in there to make it through a growth cycle in a 15-gallon pot. If you shrink that volume down, which many people do, because it's a lot of soil to carry around.
And it's a lot of space.
It is. You can then, you'll need to, about halfway through your growth cycle, add supplementary nitrogen. Not a lot, because you'll be in the bud phase and it doesn't require as much nitrogen at that point, but your plant will still use it up. So you'll need to add that. And so Stonington Blend plant food, you can see the higher nitrogen.
Right, that's got 524.
Yeah, so that nitrogen at 5, you could make, you could top dress with that and kind of scrunch that into the top of the soil and then water down through. That would be one method. You can also, we have lobster meal, same kind of thing, that has a higher nitrogen. You could add that in. You could also make tea with the lobster meal or the Stonington plant food and add that so you're actually adding liquid.
So this, if used properly and with the right volume, a 15-gallon container, this will actually start a seed? Well, can you start a seed in this?
You can start a seed in that. It does have a higher fertilizer charge, and
so you might get in trouble.
It's probably better if you actually seed in a seeding mix. But I've actually seeded I have my own farm, and I actually seed directly in this. So you can do it, but the first stage of growth will actually be slower because the plants,
they're a little overwhelmed.
They're overwhelmed.
Yeah.
So
this, by design, has the potential to actually bring that plant from seed to fruition without adding any of those expensive fertilizers that a lot of people end up using.
Just water.
Just water. And then if it's less, then people can do their own work and they can add the biology to it. Either way, they'll get an organic plant, which is really important for people today.
Absolutely.
And we also know that the efficacy from our tests and testimonials is terrific.
Yes, absolutely.
So if you're looking for our Stonington Blend, go to our website, www.coastofmaine.com. You can go to your independent garden center, some hydro stores. Just click in your zip code and you'll be able to bring the Coast of Maine to your backyard to grow your plants.